Hello once again, YouTubers. This is another soap carving we did on the streams. I decided this time to go ahead and use the whole screen that I had set up for my Twitch streaming. And I had different windows in there so you could see the actual carving going on, and you could see me if you chose to. And you could also see a kind of like a slideshow of all the different soaps that I've done. This isn't all of them. This is just a select group of them that I chose to put on here. But once again, you can see that I've started off by shaping up the soap, cleaning it, getting all the castings off of it. This was a dragon that we chose to do. I pulled up a simple image of a Asian type dragon offline and used that for my model. At this point, we're going through and, like I explained before, removing everything that doesn't belong there. I put a basic sketch on the surface of the soap. But now I'm going through and eliminating the parts of the soap that obviously don't need to be part of the composition. And you have to think ahead sometimes. Sometimes there's hidden areas, or especially if you're seeing it from both sides, you want to be real careful about what you're removing because it may be part of the soap that you need on one side that you don't need on the other. So you have to be very, very careful with the removal part of the process. Going through at this moment, just kind of shaping out the basic shape of the dragons. And there's elements of the dragons, like his wings and his paws, or claws you can call it, I guess. Different elements that I have to make sure that I don't cut off because those will come into the overall composition of it later. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on the body. I always put a flat base on it, so I know it can stand up, and I kind of check that before I go into putting the shape to it to make sure it stands nice and level, nice and straight. And I determine what's going to remain as a base for the subject before I start carving out all the pieces that don't belong. Still doing on the basic shape at the moment. Trying to get the body just right. Make sure it has a good flow to it before I start putting in the details. No sense in putting all the details on the surface of it unless you've got the shape exactly like you want, or you'll be shaving it right off. So I'm still shaping at this point. I've changed blades at this point, so now I'm getting into some more of the fine details. The areas that I want to remain and how they're going to look. The soap videos are a lot easier to edit. I mean, they were done in one take. And like I said, the original video was anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. I would say it would take to do one of these sometimes. Maybe longer, depending on how complex it is or if it has separating or moving parts in it even. As you can see in the little slideshow over there, some of these are quite complex, and some of them do actually have moving parts or multiple soap types to make up the overall piece. I'll do inlays and insets and different things like that. The glycerin soap is very tough. That one that I did in there that you saw a minute ago is kind of like kind of like an amber crystal that you could see through. That was a very hard piece to do. So glycerin soap, the longer you hold it, the softer it gets. So you have to, it almost has to be cold when you're carving it, or it gets very gummy and very sticky. It's hard to get a good, clean, smooth, shiny surface on glycerin soap. I think the whole time I've been carving, I've broken 2 soaps before I got them completed. That's pretty good. It takes good hand control and pressure with your knives, and pressure when you're holding it even. Not to bear down with your thumb or whatever while holding it, and you snap something off. So you have to be very careful, very delicate with it. Again, like I said before, we had a lot of people that just enjoyed watching these, and they would show up when we did them. Uh, this was on Wednesdays when we did this particular stream, and we would just have all the people coming back again, and just bunches of people showing up, going, "This is really cool to watch this taking place." Of course, they were seeing it in real time in slow motion, and again, 2 or 3 hours in, you finally get a finished piece, but they just enjoyed watching it. They enjoyed watching a shape come out of a bar of soap. I don't do any kind of sealer on them. I've never tried to apply a sealer to the soap. Soap has a waxy consistency. I'm not sure how it will take to any kind of sealer. It may just kind of like bubble or fish eye or just look really bad. So I've never really tried to seal the final piece. Once they're done, I keep them in a cabinet, and they're out of the elements, of course, and out of the humidity, and they just last. I have not had one piece disintegrate on itself or fall apart. I've had a couple discolor. I've had a couple pieces actually change color on me, which was kind of odd. I really enjoy working with the glycerin soap pieces, putting those into the elements of the composition, like that pane glass window you saw, the stained glass. I mean, I'll actually shave a bar down to less than an 1/8 inch thick to make it like a pane of glass out of it, and use that in the composition as the actual window itself, so it's colored. Hopefully I have a stream of one of those that you can see. But again, like I said, these are easier to edit because it's one video, and all I have to do is kind of speed it up and crop out different elements that I don't want in the video itself. Different pop-ups and things that happen during a stream. It's easy to edit those out. The paintings are quite difficult. Like I said, those sometimes are 3, 4, or 5 different streams, all lasting 3 or 4 or 5 hours apiece, that I have to put together, then crop out, clean up, speed up. It takes quite a bit of editing time to get one of the paintings to a point where you can see it as a speed painting. I think I have this running at about 15 times the normal rate. And that took it from a couple hours down to less than 10 minutes. Alright guys, I certainly hope you enjoyed this video. Another completed piece, our nice Asian dragon with wings and fins, and he's holding a cosmic ball of some sort. There you go. Thank you. Hope you joined again. See you next time.